Hello and welcome to Microdose for the Mind. I'm James, a ketamine patient, broadcasting from my quiet retreat at the bottom of the garden. This space is for those of us living with depression, brain fog, pain or chronic illness, and also for anyone who seeks a moment of stillness in this busy world. If you're on treatment, let the first gentle waves wash over you. If not, know that you're still very much part of this community of reflection. Now, take a moment to prepare your space. If you're watching, go full screen and silence any distractions. And if you're resting, find a comfortable position in a soft light. And if you're walking, let your steps be steady, safe, and mindful. Now let's do some deep breathing. Now, imagine you're standing in a meadow just after dawn. The grass glistens with dew, and the air carries a cool freshness. The world feels new. Notice one thing you're grateful. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun, a pet, a loved one, even the comfort of your own breath, or the quiet presence of this moment. Hold it gently in your heart. This is your time. Nothing to do apart from relax, regroup, and think. As you know, ketamine treatment can interrupt the brain's habitual worry loop. It quietens the amygdala, the brain's fear center. This is why it's important how we spend our treatment time matters. Let's plant new thoughts. Today's reflection is on gratitude, the gentle power within. I've used imagery of dogs for this week's episode, as canine gratitude is based on attachment, trust, and contentment. With our busy lives and our tendency to focus on life's problems, it's hard to be grateful always. And this is especially true for those of us living with a chronic condition. However, one can argue that this mindset of gratitude is a happy one. Think of the people in your life who exude gratitude. They tend to have a sparkle in their eye and be very positive people who I think are a joy to be around. I think it's essential to define what gratitude is. I think it could be something different to all of us. Gratitude is often spoken of as a feeling of joy when something goes right. However, I think gratitude's more than that. I think it's a state of being thankful and appreciative of what is valuable and meaningful in one's life. It's the antithesis, I guess, of taking things for granted. It's an active choice to pay attention and appreciate what you have, rather than focusing on what you lack or what you lost. According to science, gratitude offers numerous benefits for both mental and physical health. Research suggests that regularly practicing gratitude can have positive and sometimes lasting effects on your brain and body. Neuroscience shows us that gratitude, in fact, reshapes the brain, calming the amygdala, increasing resilience and softening the grip of anxiety. There are lots of opinions out there in the media about the importance of gratitude. Modern self-help experts extol the virtues of gratitude, advocating filling your life with gratitude from the smallest to the largest thing and from dawn till dusk. However, is this realistic, and is the practice of gratitude even a new thing? Let's dive into what some of our great thinkers had to say about gratitude. Cicero was a Roman statesman, lawyer, and orator. He lived during, I think, a very tumultuous time in the Roman Republic, really, the dying days. He's considered to be one of Rome's greatest orators and writers. Cicero believed that gratitude was the foundational virtue from which all others stemmed, and considered its practice an indispensable human duty, the parent of all other virtues. His most famous quote on the subject is, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." He believed that feeling and expressing gratitude naturally led to other virtues like kindness, generosity, and compassion. Cicero wrote, "There is no duty more indispensable than that of returning a kindness." He saw the act of showing thanks and repaying favors as a basic characteristic of a moral person, in contrast to the barbarous, also brutal act of appearing ungrateful. My favorites, the Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, saw gratitude as a key to contentment and resilience. They advocated appreciating what you have, accepting what is beyond your control, and being grateful for life's challenges as they help shape who you become. I think being grateful for seemingly negative things that happen to us in our life is a very difficult thing. I think it's easier said than done, and especially I think for those of us struggling with chronic illness, especially depression. I think it's important to try and focus on what your health challenges have given you, not just taken away. The resilience you've built, your spiritual and emotional development, and the people you've met because of your hard journey. You have a choice on what to focus on in order to prevent the negative from swallowing you whole. Epicurus was an ancient Greek philosopher who found the influential school of Epicureanism, which teaches that the purpose of philosophy is to live a tranquil life free in fear and pain. His school was called the Garden and was known for its emphasis on friendship and communal support. Epicurus linked gratitude to finding happiness in simple pleasures and being content with the fulfillment of basic needs. He encouraged not spoiling what you have by desiring what you lack, remembering that what you have was once desired. I don't know if you can hear the rain on the windows here, but it's pouring down, so forgive me if there's a little bit of interference. For the Stoic philosopher Seneca, gratitude was a fundamental virtue that served as its own reward and was essential for cultivating inner contentment. He argued that truly grateful acts should be unconditional and not motivated by the expectation of receiving something in return. It involves being truly content with one's lot. David Hume was an 18th century Scottish philosopher who saw gratitude as a universal human quality and a calm passion rooted in sympathy and benevolence, motivated by a feeling of obligation from a benefit received. He viewed ingratitude as a particularly heinous crime because it contradicted the natural human capacity for sympathy and connection. Ingratitude, particularly when directed at parents, directly opposes the fundamental human capacity for sympathy and benevolence. Indeed, well before Hume, Shakespeare highlighted the pain of a thankless child. In King Lear he wrote, "How sharper than a serpent's tooth is it to have a thankless child." In the context of the play, Lear is deeply hurt and betrayed by the ingratitude of his daughters, Goneril and Regan, after he disowned his youngest, Cordelia, who had honestly expressed her love. The Buddha taught that suffering stems from insatiable desire. An awakened person, by cultivating gratitude and seeing the mystery of existence itself as a gift, finds peace and joy. In Buddhist teachings, gratitude is a profound practice of knowing and acknowledging the good received from others in the world. The Buddha considered a grateful mind a blessing and a mother of all good qualities. This involves more than just a feeling. It involves acknowledging and acting through words and actions. Cultivating gratitude helps one appreciate the present, cultivate abundance, and develop compassion by fostering a deeper connection to the world and its people. The Buddha encouraged us to focus on the simple, often overlooked aspects of life, such as basic necessities like clean air, water, and food, to foster appreciation. Building on those teachings, the 20th century existentialist Martin Heidegger saw gratitude as the doorway to being. He believed that gratitude was the key to moving beyond calculative thinking into a deeper, contemplative thinking that allows access to the profound mystery of existence itself. And if regularly practiced, gratitude will lead to a deeper sense of serenity. While many can see gratitude as a duty, some philosophers argued that Truly grateful acts should come from a heartfelt place of goodwill rather than a sense of mere obligation. Henri Frédéric Amiel was a 19th century Swiss philosopher, poet, and author, known for his posthumously published journals. He famously wrote, "Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Thankfulness may consist merely of words. Gratitude is shown in acts." By now, for those in treatment, your medicine should be in full effect, and it's time to take a few more deep breaths. Living with a chronic condition, I can sometimes find myself resenting my limitations, the things I cannot do. But taking a moment in the day to focus on the things I do have, my family, friends, food, shelter, a good education, I find gratitude pulls me gently back. It reminds me of what I can still hold, experience, and share. It's not always easy for any of us, and I think quite honestly, some days I find it impossible. But if I can summon up even the smallest gratitude, it really does impact the whole landscape of my day. For those of us living with illness, gratitude isn't ignoring your pain, whether it be mental or physical. It's about choosing within pain to notice what remains. A friend's kindness, the taste of tea, the warmth of a pet, or even just the bird song outside my window. Jesus' teachings on gratitude emphasize thankfulness as a way of life, a model of behavior, a path of spiritual transformation. He demonstrated gratitude by giving thanks for food even in difficult circumstances, and by urging his followers to cultivate a grateful heart even during trials. This involves shifting focus from personal struggles to God's goodness, recognizing that everything comes from God, and expressing thankfulness by caring for others, reflecting Christ's selfless love. In the Last Supper, knowing the suffering that awaited him, Jesus took the bread and thanked God. His act of gratitude, even with his impending death, serves as a profound example for his followers. The American motivational speaker William Arthur Ward believed that gratitude was a transformative and active emotion that should be expressed openly, not kept in private. His most famous quote on the subject likens unexpressed gratitude to a wrapped but ungiven present. He said, "Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it." I love this quote. I mean, what is the point of not letting others know that we're grateful? I mean, the pleasure to watch a friend light up when you take the time to thank them or send them something and they'll FaceTime you back. It's such a joyful experience. Maybe think of someone you're grateful for and haven't expressed your feelings fully enough. Maybe it's time to let them know. I urge you, pick up the phone or drop them a line or pay them a visit. I think it's very important to let people in our lives know we are grateful, and it's definitely something that I'm guilty of forgetting, and this reminders for me as much as anyone else. American writer Maya Angelou noted that both giving cheerfully and accepting gratefully are blessings. She advocates for a daily and spiritual practice. Angelou believed in actively choosing gratitude each morning, regardless of the day's circumstances. She famously said, "Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayers." I love that. I think it's so beautifully put, that gratitude should buttress and be the foundation for everything that we do in thought and deed. French Enlightenment writer Voltaire was a philosopher and a historian, and believed that appreciating others allows us to share in their excellence. Voltaire famously linked gratitude with appreciation, stating, "Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well." This quote suggests that by recognizing and valuing the strengths and achievements of others, one can internalize and share in these positive qualities, fostering a sense of community and personal enrichment. As an aside, the incredible Queen of Russia, Catherine the Great, she was a big fan of Voltaire and used many of his thoughts to reshape and modernize Russia. I would like to note some fun thoughts about gratitude that always put a smile on my face. Let's start with a writer of great renown, Mr. John Updike, a brilliant American writer and thinker, wrote, "To be President of the United States is to act as advocate for a blind, venomous, and ungrateful client." I think that's very apropos to today's America. I think any country, it's not just the United States. I think to be the leader of any country must be extremely difficult. We all know I love a good tea towel quote, and this anonymous quote is so true. Ungrateful people complain about the one thing you haven't done for them. I think it's so true. Jesus, I do this for you, and yet I haven't done this, and that's the problem. We've all got these relationships. So, my microdoses and fellow thinkers, we're coming to the end of today's broadcast, but I want to leave you with a poem called "A Gentle Light." Gratitude is not a shout, nor a trumpet in the square. It is the quiet turning towards what is already there. The cup that holds the water, the breath that fills the chest, the friend who listens softly, the silence that gives the rest. It does not cure the sorrow, nor take the ache away, but gratitude can guide us through shadows of the day. So let it be your lantern, however small the flame, a gentle light within us that keeps us whole and sane. I think that gratitude is not only important, but it's essential to our happiness on this earth, as not only is it a very positive emotion that should be shared, but also it's got the power to bring tremendous light to our lives, even in the most difficult of times. Indeed, Confucius advised, "It is better to light one small candle of gratitude than to curse the darkness. Many great thinkers, writers, and philosophers see gratitude as a fundamental virtue and a pathway to a richer, more tranquil life. They've described it as not just a feeling, but an action, a perspective, and foundation for other virtues and well-functioning societies. The great thinkers remind us gratitude is also a practice, though, a way of being, a purposeful pause in our day to think about all the wonderful things in our life. It really is an unrealistic goal for us to be grateful for everything from dawn till dusk. However, it is possible to take a moment in your day to think about the people, the places, the things that you are grateful for, making it a practice in your daily life. This is my 5 minutes of gratitude, thinking, writing what you're grateful for. Remember, you're not alone. Gratitude does not erase struggle, but it does remind us that even within the struggle, beauty remains. Gratitude is a practice, a moment to stop and push ourselves to be grateful. Microdoses and thinkers, please don't wait for the moment you lose something or someone to tell them how grateful you are for their presence in your life. Watch as they light up. I think this positive energy is contagious and something we should strive every day to share with others in our daily lives. On our next episode, I think we'll reflect on friendship. I think gratitude, and my mind automatically goes to my friends, and I think sometimes in our modern world it exalts romantic attachment, and our friendships can get lost when in fact they are some of the most important relationships that we'll ever have, and it might be time to reevaluate their significance in our lives. Now I want you to come back into the body. Slowly open your eyes. Take a deep breath, and if you can, do a whole body stretch. I don't care, even if you're out in public walking. Up on your tiptoes. Stretch. Point your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through your nose, 2, 3, and out through your mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Until our next broadcast, remember to breathe deeply, embrace the stillness within, and know you are enough, exactly as you are. This is James, at the bottom of the garden, signing off with peace, love, and hope, and perseverance. Thanks for joining me today. As you can see, I'm a young channel, and a like, a subscribe, or a note of encouragement be gratefully received. Thank you.